Hello everyone, this is a video about creating classes and I will use as much help from IntelliJ as I can, as opposite to how I did it in class. Very often I write everything from scratch by hand. So this is a problem, so please pause the video and read it. This is one of the problems from chapter 4, namely chapter 4, problem 5. You can see the I put it in the name of the file. This file should be also available in the class programs folder, so feel free to get it there if you need to. So let me copy this, and I just created the new project in IntelliJ, so I'm just going to start and create a new Java class, and the name of the class will be car. So the class is created. I'm going to put the class description over here because that seems to be most convenient for me. So copying it right here, and we need to immediately comment it out. So Control +/, and we have commented out the description. Now you may not see the complete description here, so define the class constructor to initialize and all that. So just reduce some of the blank spaces here, and it will fit better. Hopefully you're looking at it on a big screen, or rather big screen. I could, if that is helpful, increase the font, and I did that for the class, but so okay, there is a typo here. I think it's okay, and hopefully if your screen is as big as mine, you will see it well. Okay, so public class car. So at the very minimum, what I need to do, actually type up, is make, model, and year. I'm gonna choose for the year to be a numeric type, integer, and for the rest of them, I'm going to make them strings. So string, make, then another string, model, and int year. Alright, so that is me defining the attributes, and the first thing you know about the attributes, they should be private. I should have said that right away. I'm gonna fix it now. So all of them are private. So if you type up the first few letters of the actual command that you need, or syntax, something about the syntax if you need, it's gonna suggest, give you a suggestion. It's not always the right one, but you know, likelihood it is. I mean, likely it is, especially when you're just starting to write your program. If you have a convoluted program, it may or may not be, but if you're just starting, it usually always suggests the right thing. Alright, so we need the constructor now. So generate constructor for all of three of this. Okay. And that is a constructor. And then I need also the getters and setters. Here they are. For all three of this, getters and setters generated. And so far we're good. And right away we can generate code generate to string. So we are going to have something as toString. Where is toString? So the order of these methods is not important, and it so happens that because of the ordering, that like the way my cursor was at, the constructor actually is now all the way in the bottom, And if you don't like it, after I created a constructor, you need to move the cursor down so that the rest of them are created below the constructor. In any case, all the ingredients are here, and the default toString method is also here. It's time for us to instantiate things and probably try that it works. So we need a driver class car test. So driver class is just something that has main in it, so I'm creating it again. New Java class. Notice that I was clicking on source. And this will be car test. Okay. Creating a car test, and in the car test I'm going to create a couple of cars. So Ford 1 will be okay, sorry, that has to be car. So car is the class, that instance of which we're creating, and it's going to be new car, and I need to supply things like the first thing is make, it is Ford, and second thing is model. So you can see that it is highlighted, so the model will be Fiesta. And the last thing will be year 2013. How about that for a car? And hence we created our first car. So how about we do Ford 1.get, and it doesn't like something about it. We will figure it out a little later. Or maybe we can figure it out now by clicking here or there. Cannot resolve symbol get. So we have our getters ready. Should be able to resolve it. Get model, for example. I need get model, and I want to print that by itself. So I'm gonna do system.out.println, and for some reason it does not like the... I know why. I know why, do you? I forgot the main. So public static. I could do actually I promised you to do everything with shortcuts, so psvm public static void main psvm. Here it is, and I put my car and print statement in there. So now everything should work. Okay, let's run. Car test is the driver class. This is where the main is, and the instance of the class car is created, and then we're printing get model. Alright, so here it is. It should work shortly. Usually when I'm making videos it slows way down, but bear with me. Yay! So it returned the name of the model. And just for fun, we should change something. We should change the year, and that is Ford 1 dot set year. Let's update it to 2012, and after that we will just print the everything about it. So we will do the print. I'm missing the buttons right now for whatever reason, so I'm just doing Ford 1. So let's run that and see how it runs. Okay, so notice what we did. Car, make is Ford, model is Fiesta, year is 2012, updated. So you may or may not like this default output of toString. Where is toString? Here. And we might want to change it to something like this. The car is, and I'll say a Ford make. Comma, there should be double quotation marks here. Okay. And the model and the year. And as I change the quotation marks on one side, they also change in the other side, so that's nice. I don't need this. And I don't need that, just let's make it a comma. And I will just delete the last thing. Alright, so IntelliJ does not find any errors, otherwise there would be something in red here. It does suggest something to me. Introduce local variable. We're good, I think, for now. Okay, so let's go back to car test and rerun it. Is a Ford Fiesta. Maybe I'll delete the commas over here, and I'll delete one more comma over there. All right. So I have 2 commas indeed. Okay. Car is a, okay, too many commas. Nice. So that should work, and I need to have a blank space over here. And this is our class created, and I think it satisfies almost all the requirements that there are there. Let's scroll up there. There is a method called isn'tIck that returns a boolean, and that one we need to create by hand from scratch. So that returns a boolean indicating if the car is over 45 years old, whose method instantiates and updates a car object. So how do we create booleans? Boolean expressions. In this particular case, we can just think about our what we want, that is 2022, so assume we just hard code the year. And I'm going to check that this is bigger than 45. This will return a boolean by itself. This is not the whole code, but this is the idea. Just like in Python, if we run this, it will return a boolean. Okay, now let us put it in a public boolean. Sorry, another O here. Boolean. The name of the class will be isn'tIck. And here we go. We should return something. We should return this value. So this will be calculated into true or false depending on whether or not this inequality is true. Alright, and we are missing a curly brace to close, and I think we're good to go. Let's test our boolean now. Dot out dot println Ford1 dot is'n'tIck, And let's run this, and at the same time, while it's compiling and running, we are going to create Ford 2. That will be a car. New car. I'm gonna say that it is Ford. Sorry, double quotation marks. And Ford and Model A. I think there was a Model T. I think there was also Model A. And if there wasn't, then feel free to laugh at me. Model A. And the year, let's say 1927. I have no clue if this data is actually correct, if such a model existed. Well, it has to be an integer now. And we can just print out the Ford information, Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V, and just to show you something new, how about we find and change. So I think if we do Ctrl-R, that will be that. So I want over here to change Ford 1 to Ford 2. Ford 1 to Ford 2. And I only want to do it right here. So replace. Whoops, we missed one of them. Let's try again. And replace one more. Let's move up and replace here. So I think I should have tried replace all. So let's play that and change everything to Ford 3. Let's make it Ford 2 into Ford 3. So I'm going to, just for a test, have some Ford 2 dot something. Ford 2 dot get name, whatever, get model. Doesn't really matter what it is. It's red because it's created before it's called before I created it, so I'll put it down here. Ctrl-V. So let me try to change everything, the Ford 2 to Ford 3, but only in highlighted part. Okay. Oh, oops, it consistently changed throughout the file. Alright, anyway, so that's how it behaves apparently. And I can delete that. We don't need that, so let's close and run. Waiting for it to run, and the boolean for the is untick is returned to true for Model A and false for Ford Fiesta. And now that I look at it, I might want to get rid of the printing statement here and maybe get rid of the comma. Ford model something without comma. Alright, so there are definitely ways to improve this code, and I challenge you to do that. One way to improve this code, instead of hard coding 2022, you might want to call for the current year. And I don't know how to do that, so I'll have to Google that. Another thing that you will have to, you might want to do is during the initialization, check that your year is actually realistic. If the year is 1772, that is probably not realistic. So think how you can do that and pause the video, check how to do that. Alright, I spent a little bit of time figuring out how to get the current year, and we are going to do that by creating an instance from an abstract class. We don't directly instantialize this class. Calendar C equals to calendar get instance. So we're getting an instance from it, and oops. Okay, and then we are going to call C dot get year Colin just get C dot just get year has been depreciated. C dot get calendar dot capitalized year, because now it is a constant, and calendar year, and minus that, and I think that will work. Okay, I'm having trouble with caps here. Okay, now it works, and let's see. Let's check that it does. So we want to see is on tick. Alright, so second case true, first case false, as expected. Okay, I suppose that's a little better. And now I want to make sure that there are no inappropriate dates, that is, dates before the cars were invented. And for that, since I need to do that in two places, one place here, and another year is set year, another place is set year. So I'm going to create a little helper function. So private int check year, and there will be an int year here, and all it will do is just check if year is greater than the year when the cars were invented. Let me look it up. I think it is 1886. 1886. Then return year, and else. Actually, I don't need an else. I can just return -1 as an error. So if year is greater than 1886, then return the year. Otherwise, return -1 as a sign that there is an error going on. So we will apply that in the initializer. That's the plan. Check year int year. So we will try to put this in. This is equal to check year all right, so this can be actually static, I think. Private static for clarity. And finally, I need to change it over here, which is set year. So again, check year. Maybe it's not a good name for a variable that actually returns a year if everything is right. Okay, let's make sure it works. Alright, so far it did, and let's create a fake car. So Ford 3 will be replaced by A. So let us replace, and the year will be 127. Alright, so let's see how that works in case the year is 127. Yep, alright. And also we can go back to the to string and also say that if year is greater than -1, we will return what we used to return, and in another case, else we return incorrect data, and then for the year was entered. And maybe plus make and model. Okay. Alright, let's rerun. We're still running the car test, the one where the main is, so now this statement should change. And here we go. Incorrect data was entered for Ford Model A. Okay. We may or may not want to affect this change. In any case, we went a little bit beyond the original description of the problem, and that is my whole video for you.